You are looking live at Spartan Gym, where today the Holy Spirit Lady Spartans will be taking on Route 9 rival, the Pleasantville Lady Greyhounds. So we're about a minute away from meeting today's starting lineups. And for that, we'll turn it over to the indoor voice of the Spartans, Andy Applegate. But I can tell you, Kira Murray, Fran Florio, Sophia Pasquale, Michaela McLaughlin, and Kendall Murphy to get the start tonight for the Spartans against Pleasantville. And for Pleasantville to be Mariah Gwynn, number 12, Alexis Keith, Shauna Jones, number 24, Kalia Haraskin, number 25, and number 42, Kiani DuPont. So coming into today's game, the Spartans are 1-1 and the Greyhounds are 0-2. The Spartans are going to go over 500 after playing Pleasantville today. And we just had the coin toss for possession. And it's going to be Pleasantville possession to start the game, since we don't do jump balls anymore. And as soon as the clock counts down, we will go to we'll have Anthem and starting lineups. There we go. There you go, Gate. No, of course not.
I'd like to welcome everyone to Holy Spirit High School here in Absecon.
And now we turn it over to the indoor voice of the Spartans and Andy Applegate.
Basketball matchup between the Pleasantville Lady Greyhounds and your Holy Spirit Lady Spartans. This time, would ever please rise, we honor our flag with the playing of our national anthem.
Job, Gate. So as we get ready to meet today's starting lineup, so as always, we'd like to thank Ulmer's Appliance Services for the use of their camera and microphones for live streaming today's games and all the games this year. And Mariah Gwynn, number 12 for Pleasantville.
Number 22, Alexis Keith.
Number 22, Alexis Keith.
Number 24, Shauna Jones.
Number 24, Shauna Jones.
Number 25, Kalia Harriskin.
Kalia Harriskin for Pleasantville.
And number 42, Kiani DuPont.
And 42, Kiani DuPont.
Coached by
Amina Davis. Amina Davis is their head coach. And now we'll meet the Holy Spirit Lady Spartans. Murphy played very well the other night against ACIT, and she's earning her first start this year.
At guard, 5'6" sophomore,
Murray was the leading scorer in the last game, scoring over 30 points in that loss, 57-51 loss to ACIT. She had a great game.
Number 11, Angelina Bell.
Or not.
At guard, 5'2" junior, number 22, Michaela McLaughlin.
McLaughlin is the other starter.
And at forward, 5'8" sophomore senior, number 21, Sophia Pasquale.
Gate. Florio. Florio's the other starter.
And at guard, number 10, Fred Florio.
So for Holy Spirit, it'll be Murray, Murphy, Florio, Pasquale, and McLaughlin. For Pleasantville, DuPont, Haraskin, Jones, Keith, and Gwynn. Pleasantville wearing their traditional road maroon, trimmed in gray and white. Spartans in the same white uniforms they were in the other night against ACIT, trimmed in navy and Vegas gold. And it'll be Pleasantville possession to start the game off. And here we go. Just doesn't make any sense. And Holy Spirit, obviously, head coach, Mr. Tim Whitworth. Pleasantville inbounds. Keith with the ball at the top of the key for the Lady Greyhounds. Haraskin gets the ball, now dribbles over to the same side, gets the screen set by Keith. Did a little pick and roll shot by Haraskin is no good. She claims the floorboard. DuPont now for Pleasantville. To Keith. Keith looking. Haraskin. Again, looking to drive behind Keith. Looking. DuPont, top of the key. Played by McLaughlin. McLaughlin, Holy Spirit and man-to-man. Shot up by Haraskin, off the rim, no good. She gets her own rebound, puts it up, no good. Again, Pleasantville with another rebound. That time it was Keith. Keith doesn't get the put-up back. And finally, DuPont gets blocked by Pasquale. And the ball breaks free, and it's Murray. Murray looks underneath to McLaughlin. McLaughlin off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound by Pasquale. Pasquale kicks it out to Florio. Florio penetrates to the elbow. Jumper off the glass, no. Rebound to Jones. Jones looking and picks up her dribble and the Holy Spirit forces the turnover. Be Holy Spirit possession. 6:50 left in the first quarter. A minute 10 in, I should say. Murray with the ball, brings the ball up in a hurry. Weaves through the Pleasantville defense, gets the shot off, and it's good. Murray breaks the ice in today's game, puts the Lady Spartans up 2-0. Ball tipped by Florio, steal by Florio. Gets it to Murray in the lane. Murray off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound and basket by Pasquale. 4-0 Spartans, and we have a timeout on the floor. Timeout taken by Pleasantville. It's a 30-second timeout taken by the Lady Greyhounds. Mina Davis off the bench for Pleasantville calling that timeout. Trying to deal with Holy Spirit's pressure. Holy Spirit's pressure the other night against ACIT did some damage, but it at times was not as organized as it needed to be. Some people, I would say, I talked to Coach Whitworth before the game today, and like he said, we had some girls doing things. They were being aggressive, which you can never fault for the girls being aggressive, but they were forcing up on the ball, and we as a team were not getting rotation back. And that's why in the fourth quarter, ACIT was able to break the press a little bit easier and get easy looks because they were playing the big girls deep. All right. So it's 6:27 to go in the quarter. Pleasantville possession after the timeout. And they get their press breaker and they get the ball into DuPont. DuPont looking for somebody to pass to. Throws it up the floor to Jones as it went through Murphy's legs. At nutmeg Murphy. And you have Alexis Keith missing 2 shots for Pleasantville inside. Holy Spirit's got to do a better job of boxing out right away. I can tell you that right now. Fran Florio gets the fast break basket. But this is one of those games where you really want to work on your fundamentals and make sure that you're boxing out all the time. That time's a turnover, ball out of bounds off of Pleasantville. Off of DuPont, it'll be Holy Spirit possession side court. Murray gets the inbound from Florio. Kicks it back out to Florio for three. No good long. Offensive rebound. Actually, nice job by McLaughlin to break it free. McLaughlin broke it free, but it went out of bounds off of McLaughlin, and it's Pleasantville possession. Ball tipped by Florio. She gets a hand in the passing lane. Murray tried to pick it up and get it inside, but to Pleasantville, and then we have a turnover. We have a traveling violation on Shauna Jones. It'll be Holy Spirit possession on the baseline. Pleasantville is in man-to-man to start. Pasquale goes up strong but does not get the ball to drop. Rebound to Haraskin. She brings it up the floor. It's deflected and goes out of bounds off of Pleasantville and Holy Spirit possession. Fran Florio with possession. Gets it to Murray on the wing. Murray is able to penetrate into the lane. Floater, no good. Defensive rebound by Keith. Alexis Keith will bring up the ball for Pleasantville. She's guarded by Pasquale. Pasquale tried to get her hands in the passing lane. The ball goes to Haraskin. Haraskin to DuPont. DuPont looks to drive, doesn't. Can't swing it to the wing, and it's stolen by Pasquale. Pasquale and Florio on a 2-on-0, and Florio finishes with the layup. 8-0 Holy Spirit. Inbounds pass. Had not yet been inbounded, so it's 8-0. Still 8-0. I don't think that basket counted. Florio puts pressure on the inbounder. Pasquale gets the steal. Pasquale finds Florio wide open underneath the basket. Beautiful pass from Pasquale to Florio. And it's now, I guess they are going to count that bucket. It's now 12-0 Holy Spirit. And Florio has 8 of the Holy Spirit 12. Pleasantville personal fouls on number 24, Shawana Jones, her first. Team and games first. Holy Spirit possession. It's 12-0 Holy Spirit. They lead Pleasantville. A little bit short of midway point of the first quarter. Murray gets the inbound, goes to the basket, strong down the lane line. Gets fouled as she goes up. Personal foul on DuPont, her first, team second. They're going to call the foul on the floor prior to the shot. So Kara Murray gets the inbound and misses the jumper. 42, DuPont gets the defensive rebound, and then we have a held ball. We had multiple opportunities for a held ball. Murphy forces the held ball that time with Jones, and it'll be Holy Spirit possession side court. 4:31 to go here in the first quarter. Murray penetrates. Floater from the lane, off the rim, off the glass, and drops. Murray's second basket of the night. That's her 4th point. Pleasantville looking to inbound pressure. Florio gets her hands on another pass in the passing lane. Murphy finds McLaughlin underneath, and McLaughlin finishes with the sweet dish from Murphy.
Murphy to McLaughlin for 2.
And it's 16-0 Holy Spirit. Florio again with a steal. No good on the first attempt. Second attempt, offensive rebound, and putback is good. She's got 10. We're midway through the first quarter. It's 18-0 Holy Spirit. 5-second violation against Pleasantville. The inbound violation will be a turnover to Holy Spirit. Ball's inbounded to Kara Murray, who Murray cuts to the rim. She gets the pass from Florio. Can't finish, but she's fouled and will be going to the line to shoot 2. Personal foul on Haraskin. That's her first, team's 3rd. Kara Murray at the line to shoot another. She's got 5. Substitution number 11, Angelina Bell. Number 25, Charlotte Huber check in. Along with number 20, Hannah Watson. And number 14, Haley Mastro. Murray to shoot 1. Off the side of the rim and no good. Rebound to Keith. Keith puts ball on the floor and now brings it up the floor. Guarded by Huber, guarded by Murray. Tie ball held up. Possession to Pleasantville. That gets Chloe Cook off the bench for Holy Spirit, and she replaces Murray. So set the 5 on the floor for Holy Spirit right now. You have Mastro, Huber, as they set up in a 1-3-1. Watson deep in the 1-3-1. Bell on one wing and Cook on the other. Huber with the steal. Outlets to Haley Mastro. Mastro in for the layup.
Huber to Mastro for 2.
And right now, Holy Spirit leads Pleasantville 21-0 with 3:20 to go here in the first quarter. Holy Spirit personal foul number 14, Haley Mastro. That's her first. She's got all 5 to use in the varsity game. Team's first. She pressures the inbounder. Good job by Mastro. Haraskin with the ball. Gets the ball to Gwynn. Gwynn for 3, no good. Rebound to Bell. Outlets to Mastro. And Mastro's got 4 points.
Number 14.
And it's 23-0 Holy Spirit. 2:54 and counting remaining here in the first quarter. Again, Holy Spirit set up in a 1-3-1. Mastro pressuring the top. Ball swung to Mariah Gwynn on the wing. To Haraskin. Stolen by Angelina Bell. Bell outlets. This time over the head of Mastro. Huber saves it to Chloe Cook. Chloe Cook jump shot off the glass and good. As Cook buries the jumper off the glass, and it's 25-0. All kinds of issues with the PA guy today. Oh, good screen that time set up by Kiani DuPont. Frees up Haraskin for 3. The ball short and out of bounds. Holy Spirit possession. Mastro to trigger the inbound. Watson gets it. Leads Gwynn up the floor. Huber sets a good screen trying to free Watson for a pick and pop. Mastro finds Bell. Bell to Chloe Cook. She takes a closer look. Off the glass again and good.
Off the glass for 2.
Chloe Cook finding the banks open twice here in Epseekin. And it's 27-0 Spartans. Pleasantville brings the ball up the floor. Mastro pressuring Haraskin. Haraskin keeps her dribble. Tries to get the ball to Jones in the wing. Pass was too high, ball out of bounds. Substitution number 12, Cecilia Bell into the lineup replacing Charlotte Huber. Holy Spirit possession. Hannah Watson, freshman, brings the ball up the floor for Holy Spirit. Gets the ball to Cook. Cook beats her girl, gets into the lane, trying to penetrate, turns the ball over. And now Keith brings the ball up the floor for the Lady Greyhounds. She picks up her dribble in the corner, finds Haraskin. Cook trying to get the ball from Keith. Mastro with her hand in the passing lane gets the run out, the tip, and the run out. The shot up is no good, but she's fouled.
Number 14, Haley Mastro with the steal. Draws the foul at the other end.
Personal foul number 25, Kalia Haraskin. That's her second. Team's 4th. Haley Mastro at the line for Holy Spirit, shooting 2. Mastro at the line to shoot another. Wholesale substitutions for Pleasantville. Gainer checks in. Mastro misses the second. Ball out of bounds. Last touch by Pleasantville will be Holy Spirit possession. Mastro misses a pair from the line. We have 1:06 left here in the first quarter. It's 27-0 Holy Spirit. Watson at the top of the key. Rims out, no good. Floorboard to Mastro. Mastro gets the offensive rebound and put back. And Haley Mastro makes the most of her first appearance at the varsity level with 6 points. Naja Cherry brings the ball up the floor for Pleasantville. Haraskin was coming to set a screen but didn't get there in time. Shot is bobbled around. The floorboard still loose on the floor. Pleasantville on the floor to get it. And then finally a jump ball. So we have a held ball, and it'll be Holy Spirit possession with 35.2 to go in the quarter. That shot was taken by Thalia Rodriguez. Ultimately, Holy Spirit got the defensive rebound when Watson went to the floor to get that. Watson gets picked by Rodriguez at midcourt. Again, we have a jump ball. This time it'll be Pleasantville possession. 26.4 to go. Jones returns to the lineup for Pleasantville, replacing Haraskin. Pleasantville possession. Chloe Cook trying to get in the passing lane, ball out of bounds. It'll be Pleasantville possession. Ball inside to Rodriguez. She lets a shot go at the elbow. Ball out of bounds off of Cecilia Bell. It'll be Pleasantville possession. Holy Spirit is not, I mean, it's hard to be picky in a 29-0 game, but Holy Spirit has not done a good job defensively in terms of boxing out. Again, Pleasantville possession. That would be my only pickiness in this first quarter. They get a backdoor cut, blocked by Cook. This time blocked again, this time by Angelina Bell, and then they call a foul. Foul's on Angelina Bell, her first, team second. And going to the line for Pleasantville will be Jones, and Jones will shoot two with 11.7 to go in the quarter. First one, no good. Side of the rim and off. This is where we have to see Holy Spirit box out if this shot does not go down. Off the heel of the rim, no good. Good rebound and box out that time by Angelina Bell. They outlet to Cook with 7, 6 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2. Bell with the take. Oh, they call the foul with .1 remaining in the quarter. Personal foul is on Gaynor. Elijah Gaynor. Her first. That's going to be the team's fifth. Angelina Bell will step to the line for Holy Spirit, shooting two. Bell drains the first. Second one, no good, and that's the end of the first quarter with the score. Holy Spirit 30, Pleasantville nothing. Again, we'd like to thank our Ulmer's Appliance Services for the use of their live stream equipment. We'd also like to thank Holy Spirit's first sponsor of the live streams, Mike Freund and Vic Subs. If you want something for dinner tonight, Vic Subs is the place to go. I know I'm picking up subs after the game and taking them home tonight. You can see their website is www.vicsubsapseekin.com, and there you can order online and you can get delivered, you can pick it up with curbside service. Vic Subs has everything you would want. Their steaks are awesome. Their lunch meats are terrific. So Vic Subs, we want to thank them for sponsoring the Holy Spirit live streams this year. Mike Freund and his crew do a great job of keeping the Absecon area and the Pleasantville area and the parts of Galloway well fed with Vic Subs, and parts of Upper Township, considering I take them home. So they've been in business for over 70 years, and they have been a longtime sponsor, not only just of Holy Spirit athletics, but of high school athletics in general. So we want to thank them for their support. As we get ready to start the second quarter, it is Holy Spirit possession, and they do lead Pleasantville 30-0. Let's set the 5 on the floor right now for Holy Spirit. Charlotte Huber, Cece Bell, Hannah Watson, Haley Mastro, and Chloe Cook. For Pleasantville, looking like they're setting up in a 1-2-2. Pleasantville is Rodriguez, number 2, number 14, Nadia Cherry, number 30, Elijah Gaynor, number 44, Chanel Powell, and number 24, Shawana Jones. Holy Spirit possession. Mastro, the pass from Watson, looks cross court, tries to get it to Huber. Huber to Cook. Cook on the wing, looks to penetrate, doesn't get there. Mastro to Bell. CeCe Bell gets called for the hook. As the hook around, she gets called as she tried to penetrate. She used her offhand to try to push the Pleasantville defender out of the way. She gets called for the personal. That's her first. Team's third, and it's a turnover to Pleasantville. Pleasantville shot off the side of the backboard, out of bounds. It'll be Holy Spirit possession. Hannah Watson gets the inbound, beats Rodriguez up the floor, gets it to Cook. Cook to Huber in the corner for 3. Huber's shot is no good off the front of the rim. Rebound to Rodriguez. Ball's broken free. Mastro gets it ahead, but she's going to be fouled by Chanel Powell, her first. And that is her team's 6th. So it's Holy Spirit possession with 7:15 to go. Watson triggers the offense for Holy Spirit. Mastro looking from the wing, gets it to Huber. Huber was looking to get it to Cook, who was cutting the opposite side. Mastro now to Huber from 17. Huber no good. Rebound inside by Cecilia Bell. She's fouled on the putback attempt.
Number 12, Cecilia Bell with the rebound. Foul on the shot. Shoots 2.
Personal foul on Powell. That's her second, team 7th. Bell at the line, Cecilia Bell. At the line to shoot another. She gets the first one to drop. Put that one under the wrong bell. CeCe to shoot another. Pleasantville substitution. DuPont returns, replacing Powell. CeCe Bell to shoot another. Off the heel of the rim, no good. Rebound to Mastro. Mastro kicks it out to Watson for 3! And it's good! Watson buries the 3 for Holy Spirit, and they lead 34-0. Lady Spartans are in a 2-3 defense. Good defense that time. Shot off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound to DuPont. Rodriguez launches for 3, no good. Floorboard to Huber. Huber outlets to Cook. Stolen by Rodriguez. Rodriguez to Jones, and he get it to drop.
Shauna Jones for 2.
So it's 34-2 with 6:05 remaining in the quarter. Mastro to Huber. Huber takes the shot from the free throw line. It's a good look. Rebound by CeCe Bell. Bell to Watson. Watson to Mastro. Mastro steps into her shot from 17, no good. Floorboard to Bell. Looks, finds Huber. Huber finds a cutting Cook on the opposite side. Can't get it to go. Huber, the offensive rebound, kicks it out to CeCe Bell. The jumper is short. Rebound to DuPont. And Pleasantville brings the ball up the floor. Cherry into the front court for Pleasantville, played by Watson. Now it's Rodriguez, played by Mastro. Rodriguez gets a shot off the rim, no good. Rebound by Bell. Bell outlets to Cook. And Cook will bring it over to the timeline for Holy Spirit. It's a Mastro on the wing. Skips it across to Watson. Watson steps in, gets her shot partially blocked by Cherry. Ball saved in bounds, and it's Pleasantville possession. Here comes Thalia Rodriguez on a 2-on-1 with Watson back, but Mastro hustles back and gets the steal from Rodriguez. Huber finds Bell. Bell misses the layup. Offensive rebound and put back by Watson, no good. Bell on the other side gets another offensive rebound. She tries to put it in, but it's no good. Personal foul number 42, Kiani DuPont, her second, team's 8th.
Draws a foul. She go to the line, shoot 2.
CeCe Bell CC Bell at the line for Holy Spirit to shoot 2. As Coach Whitworth takes the other 4 players over and is talking to them in a CC Bell at the line to shoot another. Alexis Keith returns to the lineup for Pleasantville, along with Kalia Haraskin. CC Bell to shoot another. Hits the second. She splits 2 pairs of free throws, and it's 35-2 Holy Spirit. 4:45 remaining in the second quarter. Pleasantville brings up the ball. Cherry brings up the ball to Rodriguez. Too good of a shot fake. She travels, and it'll be Holy Spirit possession. Mastro inbounds to Watson. To Cook on the left wing. To Huber in the corner for 3. It's good as Cook feeds Huber for 3. And it's 38-2. Pleasantville brings the ball up the floor. The only Spartan to not score yet who has been on the floor is Kendall Murphy. And Watson pulls it out. Good decision that time by Watson. To Cook, who swings it to Mastro. Mastro finds Huber inside. Huber can't get it to drop. And it's Pleasantville with the rebound. Keith with the rebound, and it'll be their possession as Huber gets the tie-up. But it'll be Pleasantville possession. Angelina Bell checks in for Holy Spirit, replacing Chloe Cook. Pleasantville possession. Again, Lady Spartans in a 2-3 zone. Cherry to Gaynor. Gaynor tries to find Haraskin on the wing. Tough pass for her to gather in, and it'll be Holy Spirit possession after the turnover. Holy Spirit possession. Watson running point. Pleasantville on a 1-2-2. Watson to Mastro. Mastro hits a cutting Huber in the lane. Huber can't gather it. Now it's a jump ball situation as both players go to the floor, and it'll be Holy Spirit possession on the alternating arrow. Substitution. Mariah Gwynn returns for Pleasantville, replacing Cherry. Pass a little too hot to handle for Watson, but both Bells are in the backcourt hustling it down. Gathered by Angelina Bell. Watson looking up the floor, sees Mastro. Mastro tried to get it to Watson, who was cutting down the opposite lane line, but it was stolen by Rodriguez as she was able to get into the passing lane. Huber gets the steal and outlets to Cecilia Bell, and Cece pulls it out. The Spartans are going to run offense. Great cut that time by Angelina Bell, but she misses the layup, but gets the steal and forces up the shot and is fouled. Fouled by Gaynor.
Foul on the shot.
That is her second. Team's 9th. Angelina Bell at the line for Holy Spirit to shoot 2. Powell ready to check back in for Pleasantville at the scorer's table. Angelina Bell rims out the first. Powell checks in for Gaynor. Angelina Bell hits the second, so she splits a pair, and it's 39-2 Holy Spirit. Haraskin brings the ball up the floor for the Lady Greyhounds. Lady Spartans still in a 2-3. Rodriguez trying to penetrate. Runs into CC Bell, who's playing great defense. Watson then picked up Rodriguez on the sideline and forced her out of bounds, and it's a turnover to Holy Spirit. Nice job that time by Hannah Watson. Watson to Mastro. Mastro to Bell. Back to Mastro. To Watson. Huber. Skip to Mastro. Watson, a pretty cut into the middle and finishes with a layup from Mastro.
Pass to the lane, finishes with the bucket.
Nicely done by Watson and Mastro. Pleasantville brings the ball up the floor. 2:10 remaining in the quarter. Haraskin lets a three go, no good. Actually, good box out that time by Bell. She boxed her girl out, but nobody else boxed their girl out. But Holy Spirit gets a turnover. Huber got the turnover, outlets to Watson. Watson to the rim, no good. Followed up by Bell, and it goes. Angelina Bell gets the offensive putback.
Rebound and putback.
And Holy Spirit leads 43-2 with 1:40 remaining in the quarter. 1:40 remaining in the first half. Gwynn, stolen by Mastro. Mastro is able to get it out to Bell, and Bell to Watson, and Watson will slow it up, and Holy Spirit will run some offense. Huber to Watson. They're going to swing it around the outside to Mastro. Watson goes through, screen set by Bell. Watson out to the corner. Back to Mastro. Oh, Mastro telegraphed the pass the pass was to Huber, but Rodriguez got the steal. And Mastro is going to be called for the personal foul. Her second, team's fourth. So Rodriguez gets the steal, goes on a solo effort, coast to coast with 1:02 left. And she'll be at the line for Pleasantville shooting two. First free throw is no good. Second free throw by Rodriguez is up, and no good. Free throw violation. It'll be Holy Spirit possession. Ball has to hit the rim. 1 minute remaining in the half. 1 minute. Watson walks the ball up the floor for Holy Spirit. Gets it to Huber. Watson cuts through. Mastro comes over to get the pass. To Bell. Bell on the wing. Back to Mastro. Mastro to Huber in the corner. Huber looking. Finds Angelina Bell underneath. She can't get the layup to drop. Pleasantville gets the rebound. The rebound was by Keith, but she does not turn it over as Thalia Rodriguez gets the ball. She tries to get it back to Gwynn. Gwynn's got it to Rodriguez for three. No good. Offensive rebound by Powell is no good, and it's Pleasantville possession with 21.3 to go. Here's the thing. Holy Spirit's playing zone. The toughest thing to do in rebound in zone. It is the hardest thing to do is rebound in a zone because you don't necessarily have man-to-man matchup to get rebounds, but they have to do a better job against better teams to get rebounding position. So less than 10 seconds to go here in the half. Watson at the top. Watson to Mastro. To Watson. To Huber. Huber for three. It's good at the buzzer from Watson. And Huber drains 2 threes in the second quarter. She's got 6. And we are at the half. And Holy Spirit leads Pleasantville 46-2. A 16-2 second quarter there after a 30-0 first quarter. At this point, we will take a break. And we will be back with about a minute and a half to go before the second half starts for a recap of the first half of play. All right, welcome back to Spartan Gym as we get ready to start the second half of play with the score, Holy Spirit leading Pleasantville 46-2. Leading scorers, Fran Florio has 10 points for Holy Spirit. And then you have Haley Mastro with 6, Charlotte Huber with 6, Hannah Watson with 5, Kara Murray with 5, Angelina Bell 4, Chloe Cook 4, Michaela McLaughlin 2, Sophia Pasquale 2, and Cece Bell with 2. And Angelina Bell has 4. I don't know if I mentioned her or not. For Pleasantville, the only basket was by Shawana Jones, and it's 46-2. One of the things that, we were talking about at halftime back in the office is that we need to have better rebounding and better blocking out done by the Holy Spirit defense. It's hard to rebound out of a zone. I get it. There's just not always any man-to-man responsibility, but you still have to box everybody out. Everybody's got to go find a body as soon as that shot goes up, because against the better teams, you do that and they get multiple looks like ACIT did the other night. It killed Holy Spirit in the fourth quarter. So you got to make sure that you're boxing out, putting a body on every single player, don't care who it is, and making sure you're taking care of that business. All right, so again, we want to thank Matt Ulmer and Ulmer's Appliance Services for their work and their use of their equipment, both the camera and audio, to be able to bring these live stream games of Holy Spirit, both boys and girls basketball. And we also would like to thank Pat. Where is Pat? Holy cow. Did Pat get lost, Murph? Okay. What do you think? Halftime was like 15 minutes? Dude, he's cutting into my time. I need to be picking up my subs at VIX at 5:30. Why? You can't hit start. I'll hit the horn again. Come on. One job. I don't know what Coach Whitworth's laughing at. He had one job. He didn't do it either. Oh, I'll heckle anybody from anywhere. You know that. All right, let's set the 5 on the floor for the Holy Spirits. Back to the starting 5. You have Florio. You have Murray. Pasquale with the ball. She looks to penetrate. Had an opportunity to go to the basket, but decided not to take it. Oh, Florio saves the ball and bounds to Pasquale. Nice hustle play by Florio. To Murray, to McLaughlin, now to Murphy. Pasquale cuts. Gets a shot off. It's no good, but that's a nice job, and it's a nice cut as the ball rotated around. It was a nice cut by Pasquale going to the basket, and the personal foul is on Gaynor for Pleasantville. Her third, team's first in the second half. Pasquale at the line for Holy Spirit to shoot another. That was a great find by Murphy. Great find by Murphy there to be able to find a cutting Pasquale to the basket. It was a nice look by Murphy. Pasquale misses the second, the rebound by Gaynor. Gaynor to Rodriguez. Rodriguez brings the ball over for Pleasantville. Holy Spirit in probably a 3-2. Morphing into a 1-2-2. There's a couple looks down low. Rodriguez lets go with 3 and immediately tries to follow it, but it's out of bounds. It's short and an air ball and Holy Spirit possession. And here comes Kara Murray. Kara only knows one speed, and that's usually fast to bring the ball up the floor. She gets it to Florio. Florio to Murphy. Murphy back to the top of the key to Murray. Murray tried to get it to McLaughlin, but it's tipped out of bounds by Rodriguez. Coach Whitworth saying, use the ball fake. You two would be moving. Remember, you're going against the 3-2 here. McLaughlin to Murray. Murray to Murphy. Murphy tries to find Pasquale again. Ball's tracked down by McLaughlin. And a backcourt violation as Murray's foot comes down in the backcourt. So it's a turnover to Pleasantville. I'd like to thank Coach and Athletic Director Steve Normeen for his hospitality tonight. Did a great job putting the hot dogs on again. Jones with the ball. Looks to get it inside to Rodriguez. Again, another ball fake, but she goes up and down, and it's a turnover to Holy Spirit. And we are in running clock territory with 5:42 to go. Lead of more than 35 points means we are into running clock. Pasquale's got to move to the ball. Instead of waiting for the ball to come to her, she's got to move to the ball. McLaughlin tries to get into the passing lane for Holy Spirit and touches the ball while she's standing out of bounds. Good hustle, though, by McLaughlin. .5:15 and counting remaining here in the third quarter. Pleasantville possession. Rodriguez brings the ball up the floor. Pleasantville Gainer sets the screen for Rodriguez. Rodriguez then finds Jones. Jones looking for a seam to penetrate, tries to get through, but it's stolen by Murray. Murray gets her hands in as she was penetrating and gets the steal. Headmans to Florio. Florio off the board for three.
Brad Florio for 3.
And it is now 49-2. That's the first basket of the second half. Rodriguez bringing the ball up the floor. Screen set by Gainer. Rodriguez gets the ball to Gwynn, who misses the shot. The rebound, McLaughlin had the rebound but lost it out of bounds. And now we have the subs. We have wholesale subs for Holy Spirit. Chloe Cook, Haley Mastro, Cece Bell, and Charlotte Huber in the lineup, along with Hannah Watson. And that inbound play was blocked by Huber, and it was a jump ball. Both teams had possession, and the arrow goes to Pleasantville. That shot by Gwynn is no good. The offensive rebound is tracked down by Jones. Jones looking to penetrate and is called for a double dribble. Both hands on the ball as she was driving into the lane. Holy Spirit possession. Cook to Watson on the Spartan logo to Mastro. Mastro, Huber cutting in the middle, kicks out to Bell. Cece Bell to Mastro. Mastro to Watson. They're moving the ball nicely against this zone. Bell back to Huber for three. Huber's shot is off the top of the board. The defensive rebound by Jones. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Holy Spirit possession. 2:45 to go in the quarter. Mastro didn't catch it cleanly. Her face did, but she didn't. Huber gets the ball to Cook. Cook to Watson. Watson to Mastro. Huber cutting in the middle. Watson to Bell. Bell to Mastro. Played there by Keith. Nope, played there by Jones, sorry. Cece Bell back to Watson. Watson to Cook as they continue to move the ball around the perimeter. Watson to Bell to Mastro. Back to Watson at the top. To Huber in the high post. Cook fade cut to Watson at the top. Mastro to Watson. Watson to Bell. Bell to Cook. Cook to Watson. Cutter Mastro looking for the layup. She was hit, but it's no good. Saved inbounds to Pleasantville. That was a very nice passing sequence that time for Holy Spirit as they continue to move. And Mastro made the right move. She had a cut to the basket, had it wide open, and took it to the basket. That was a nice job and a nice take by her. A lot of youth on the floor right now for Holy Spirit as they have one freshman and four sophomores on the floor for them right now. Mastro playing defense, trying to pick up the ball. Gainer. Offensive rebound by Pleasantville after the shot by Jones. Jones was the one who launched it off the backboard. Offensive rebound was gotten by Pleasantville inside, but a traveling violation, and we have 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. 1 minute. Watson to Cook. Bell making the cut to the high post. Watson to the corner to Huber, moving the defense around nicely. Mastro to Watson. Watson gets the ball to Bell. Bell tries to save it in, and it's turned over to Pleasantville. Pleasantville possession. Jones with the ball for Pleasantville. 35 seconds to go in the quarter. She continues to dribble through, but Watson got her hand in and knocked it away off of her, and Holy Spirit got the turnover. Cook on the wing to Watson. Watson to Mastro. Huber cutting high post. Looking for Huber. Huber there to Cook on the three-point line. Watson. Mastro. Watson to Cook on the wing. Back to Watson at the top. To Bell. Less than 5. Mastro to Huber to Watson. She lets a three go from the top of the key off the front of the rim. No good. And the rebound comes down and the quarter ends. And we are at the end of 3 quarters of play.
Third quarter here at Holy Spirit.
With the score, Holy Spirit 49,
Greyhounds 2.
Pleasantville 2.
Lady Spartans 49.
Only one basket that period, a three-pointer off the glass by Fran Florio. As we move to the fourth quarter. Again, we'll be running clock for that. So, I'd like to thank my cameraman and all-around great senior. And have you decided what school you're going to yet? What are we doing? Wait, we're still waiting, right? We're still waiting to hear? Got into UVA. Nice job, James Dalzell, getting into UVA. He will do great things in the future, I can tell you that right now. Great kid, great to be around. So proud of James and everything that he's accomplished so far, and I can't wait to hear what his final college decision will be. So I want to thank him for doing our camera of the live stream. I want to thank Pat Nachione for doing the clock. He's our official timer. And again, athletic trainer Murphy, athletic director Normaine, and it's going to be Holy Spirit possession to start the fourth quarter. And we like, again, thank Matt Ulmer and Ulmer's Appliance Services and Vic's Subs for their support of not only Holy Spirit basketball, but Cape Atlantic League basketball. Okay, Pleasantville switches to man in the fourth quarter, and Holy Spirit turns it over to start the quarter. Pleasantville going to the basket strong, no good. The shot no good, and Angelina Bell with the rebound. Outlets to Watson. Watson brings it over the timeline, has Cook ahead, gives it to Cook. Watson goes to the corner, and Cook will bring it out to the top. Pleasantville's a man-to-man. Shauna Jones was playing up on CeCe Bell, bumping her and continuing to bump her, and that's why finally the foul was called. That is her second, team second, Holy Spirit possession. Watson goes to make the pass. Huber gets it, even though it was tipped, and Huber goes to the rim and finishes. Charlotte Huber's got 8 points for the Spartans, or Lady Spartans, and they lead 51-2. Pleasantville bringing the ball up the floor. It's Cherry. Cherry to DuPont. DuPont passes the ball to the wing to Jones. Jones off her foot. Kicks out to Gwynn. Gwynn off the glass, no good. Rebound by Angelina Bell. Bell gets the ball to Watson. 6:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Watson headmans to Bell. Bell back to Watson. Watson to Cook. Ooh. Huber to CeCe Bell. CeCe Bell hands off to Angelina Bell. Watson. Flare cut to Huber in the corner for 3. Off the heel of the rim, no good. The rebound out of bounds, and it'll be Pleasantville possession. Cherry will get the offense going for Pleasantville, as the Lady Spartans are still in a 2-3 zone. Cherry to Jones. Jones for 3 is no good. Ball out of bounds. Turnover to Holy Spirit, or defensive rebound to Holy Spirit. Haraskin returns to the lineup for Pleasantville, replacing Gaynor. Pleasantville now picking up full court man-to-man. Interesting. Watson looking to beat her defender, which is Cherry. Huber sets a screen to help Watson get free. Angelina Bell loses control. Bell gets called for the personal foul on a loose ball, and the scramble on the loose ball. That's her second, team's first. We have a timeout on the floor. The injured Lady Greyhound was number 14, Naja Cherry. Looks to be a lower body injury. It's going to go on the left leg, lower body injury. It's going with the NHL version of injuries, just a lower body injury. I'm not gonna guess or try to figure out what it was. So after the timeout on the floor, it'll be Pleasantville possession on the end line. And again, we'd also like to thank Vic Subs for their sponsorship, not only of Holy Spirit basketball, but also of Cape Atlantic League Sports. Vic Subs at www.vicsubsapseekit.com. Great order form online. You can order everything online and do curbside pickup. That shot that time by Haraskin is no good. And Holy Spirit clears the defensive rebound and now will run their man offense against Pleasantville's defense. Watson did a nice job penetrating, got the ball out to Bell on the wing. And Rodriguez now has the ball for Pleasantville. She tries to penetrate, loses it. Last tipped by Holy Spirit, and it'll be Pleasantville possession. Ball inbounded to Jones. Jones to Haraskin with a great cut underneath, that time by Rodriguez. A well put together play that time for the Lady Greyhounds, as Rodriguez found herself under the basket, but got herself up for a shot. The personal foul, number 11, Angelina Bell, her third, team second. Rodriguez will shoot two. And it rims out. Second one's off the rim, no good. And we have a foul on the offensive rebound. DuPont gets the offensive rebound for Pleasantville. And the personal foul is on number 12, Cece Bell. That is her second, team's third. And then on the inbound, we have a whistle. Again on Cece Bell, that's her third, as she picks up 2 fouls in the span of, 3 seconds. So we have Rodriguez back to the line for Pleasantville, shooting two. Rodriguez's first free throw is off the front of the rim and no good. Second one off the side of the rim and no good. And another offensive rebound for Pleasantville. But Rodriguez misses. Cece Bell outlets to Cook, and Cook pulls it out. Nice job that time by Cook to track that down. A little sloppy. Huber now to Angelina Bell, to Cece Bell. And she's going to be fouled by Kiati DuPont. That is her third. Team's third. And number 14, Haley Mastro returns to the lineup for Holy Spirit, replacing Cece Bell. Huber cuts to the basket on the inbound. Mastro triggers, and Huber gets the layup. That's 10 points for Charlotte Huber. And Pleasantville possession with $1:35 to go here in the fourth quarter. Shot up by Haraskin, no good. Huber with the rebound. Watson with possession. Watson to Cook. Cook back to Watson. 1:20 to go in the quarter. Watson will run the Holy Spirit offense. Gets it to Angelina Bell. Chloe Cook looking to penetrate. Kicks it out to the wing to Watson. Good handoff to Watson for the layup. Well done by Cook and Watson. And Watson's got 7 on the night. We have less than a minute to go here in the fourth quarter. Kalia Haraskin bringing the ball up the floor for Pleasantville. To DuPont. DuPont for 3 off the board, no good. Cook with the defensive rebound, and we're under 35 seconds to go here in the game. Cook dribbling it out, gives it to Mastro. Mastro at the top of the key. 25 seconds to go. Cook to Watson. Oh, Watson to Bell. And that little is a turnover to Pleasantville as Haley Mastro trips over the ball. No shock there. Less than 10 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. 5 seconds. 4, 3. Pleasantville brings the ball up. Haraskin lets go with 3. Off the glass and no good. And that's the final score. The Holy Spirit Lady Spartans 55. The Pleasantville Lady Greyhounds 2. The Holy Spirit is now 2-1. Pleasantville is 0-3. Holy Spirit outscores Pleasantville 6-0 in the fourth quarter, 3-0 in the third quarter, and 9-0 in the second half, and 46-2 in the first half for a 55-2 final score. Leading scorers tonight, Fran Florio had 13 for Holy Spirit. Charlotte Huber had 10. We'll just go down all the scores. Murray had 5. The only player who hit the floor who did not score was Kendall Murphy, but Murphy had a couple great looks on passes underneath to girls who were wide open. Murray had 5. As I said, Florio had 13. Angelina Bell 4. Cecilia Bell 2. Hannah Watson 7. Sophia Pasquale 2. Michaela McLaughlin 2. Chloe Cook 4. Huber 10. And Mastro 6. And for Pleasantville, the lone basket came from Shawana Jones. And that sets the final score at 55-2 Lady Spartans. Lady Spartans are now 2-1. The Greyhounds are 0-3. The next scheduled game here in Spartan Gym will be Saturday morning at 11:30, weather permitting, as the Holy Spirit boys will host the Egg Harbor Township Silver Eagles in a rematch of opening night. So the boys' game is scheduled to tip. The varsity game will be at 11:30. The JV game would be at 10. That's if we do not get the possible weather that they are saying that we could get. And I'm looking at the schedule for next week. Next week's schedule, obviously we have President's Day on Monday, no games. We have the boys will be home on Tuesday against Oakcrest at 6 o'clock. The JV game will be starting at 4:30. And then we'll have the girls, again, returning to Spartan Gym on Thursday, the 18th against Cedar Creek. And then on the 20th, it's girls basketball here versus Absegami with the time to be determined on the 20th. So that wraps it up from Spartan Gym today. The Spartans run their record to 2-1 with a 55-2 defeat of the Pleasantville Lady Greyhounds. So for James Dalzell, Steve Normain, Steve Murphy, Andy Applegate, I am Dennis Smith. Pleasure for you to be watching these live streams. Hope you enjoy them. And good night and good basketball.